What's up? You got Nick Harbaugh and you got Choji back here, one of the world's best tour guides here in Lima, met years ago. What we're going to do today is we're going to jump into one of the largest textile markets in South America. We're in La Victoria, a suburb of Lima, and we're going to Gamarra. Follow us along. Choji's going to show us all the inside traits and tricks of this Gamarra Mall Mercado. Let's go.
The Retail Nomad, traveling the globe, sharing what the retail environment is like, hidden corners of the world.
And as you see here, we're just walking into the Gamarra Market district itself, and it's structured chaos. You got a delivery cart flipped on its side. You got people cruising by. Everything from materials to goods to shoppers to everything, deliveries being made here. This is a 10 block by 3 city block area, 30 square blocks.
Here I am in the middle of the intersection of Gamarra, and this place is riddled with little shops, boutiques, and stores. They sell everything that you could fathom to make clothing, textiles, thread, material, sewing, thimbles, everything for the clothing market and the clothing industry. I just want to spin around to show you. It looks like a commercial area, but it is all related to the textile industry. Sorry, I'm looking around just so I'm safe so they don't steal my phone. Okie dokie, Retail Nomad.
It was very cool to see how this market, they all collaborate, they all support, they all connect one way or another with the garment and the textile industry. So a lot of the producers will come here and buy the raw materials, take them to their factory, their shop to make shirts, pants, shorts, any type of a garment that you can fathom. And every accessory or element is sold here within this 30 block radius. And here I found an area that was more hardware related versus clothing or textile. But I just wanted to show you how small these shops are. I mean, that would be their Home Depot, their Ace Hardware, their True Value, if you will. And they've got thousands of products buried in these little small spaces. Very, very cool. Thanks much to Catarina for fixing me up with 2 of these cool shirts. I will say, don't believe I've been to any location in the world to where every facility, every store, every shop was related to one specific industry. They all had some connectivity, whether it was finished goods, raw good materials. Very interesting to see how they all collaborate one way or another. And as you see here in some of these locations, it's everything from the raw materials, the fabric, and so forth. Peluche is the material to make teddy bears. I'm like, what? I didn't even know they sold raw materials like that, but I guess thinking about it, the material and fabric has to come from somewhere. It's crazy to think that this is the largest textile market in South America, as there's a handful of scattered brands that you may see in some of these storefronts, but I will say 90% are names that you're probably never heard of or familiar with, and that's the suppliers from the raw fabric, materials, and so forth. And within this Gamarra district, we have the Gama Mall Shopping Plaza. As you see that we're entering here, but I learned that Gamarra was the last name of a longtime military hero locally, that there was a street here named Gamarra Street, which that's how it became known as the Gamarra Market. Very modern looking mall location here. And here I just wanted to give you a quick glimpse of one of the food courts with the majority of the brands and labels that you're probably not familiar with, and it's local to this market. But you got KFC, you got Pizza Hut. And here I jumped up above in one of the buildings just to look down. You could see easily how there's hundreds of thousands of visitors daily that come here to the Gamarra Market. This place is definitely an attraction spot for sure. And here I just poked my head inside one of these little shops just to take a look at the quality, the name brands, I'm assuming that there's probably some elements of knockoffs in some of these little stalls and booths, but I didn't blatantly see anything. But as you can see, you got various sporting goods, jerseys, and jackets, and so forth. And as you see, there is just a labyrinth of booths and stalls and vendors and merchants, and some of these are small and some of these are much larger than others. But a few of the reports I found, there's upwards of 50,000 vendors in this entire Gamarra Market. This place is massive. Every kind of clothing, style, fashion, high-end, low-end. If you truly take your time searching, shopping, walking, you can find any budget-friendly style, material, fashion idea that you could think of that's buried in these thousands of vendors in here. I mean, it's just it's amazing. But this location is in La Victoria, a neighborhood of Lima, Gamarra Market. And as you see the style here, you literally are walking on the streets that they've blocked these off, and this is all inside of a gated community of this 30 plus square blocks. And then they've got just each building or each area has a various name. This is Parque Canapa. And you could get lost in these these buildings and these areas. And I think that the names reference, if you're with a family member or something and you get separated, you could give a destination or a point where you're located, because otherwise you could easily get lost from one another. It's how big this this area is just to walk around and searching and shopping.
So hello guys, welcome to Lima once again. My name is Choji, C-H-O-J-I, and we are in the district of La Victoria on an area that we call Gamarra. And Gamarra, G-A-M-A-R-R-A, is actually a gated community of the biggest textile producers in all South America. Okay, and once you are in Lima, you're definitely, this is a must-see visit that is part of the unbeaten path of the city, because not too many travelers or tourists comes, but it's one of the best locations to see the proper Lima, the real face of Lima. Here, broadcasting from Parque Canepa, once again, the retail nomads. Bye.
And here we were starting to tiptoe on the outer edge of the market itself, and you could notice the change of the style of the vendors. It's no more shops, it's more stall or booth or table, and they've got every kind of thing you could fathom, from foods and herbs and spices and flowers and minerals. There's all kinds of stuff out here. It's just amazing. It blew me away. It's excellent. And here you see up on exit a big sign, La Victoria Gamarra, and it is the exit street, one of the exits, and leaving the large gate where they scan you for any weaponry. Nice. And back to the main street, leaving the facility, you see a unique way to transport a VW Bug sitting on top of pallets of ceramic floor tile.
And here we just finished our little tour here in Gamarra, and check out, we got Inca Kola. You gotta try this shit out. It's #1, it's over Coca-Cola. Thanks much for tagging along here this week. You see that big old building back there? It says Gama. That's short for Gamarra. Don't learn your Spanish from me, peeps. You also see up there Cinemark, and you see Dollar City. That's right, one of the chains from Canada that owns a number of the dollar stores here in South America. That's Dollarama is the owner. Smart Fit, one of the largest chains for gymnasium and workout facilities in Latin America. Hopefully you've enjoyed dancing around Gamarra, largest textile industry here at market in South America. And thanks again, Choji, for showing us around. Thanks much, peeps. Adios.
Stay tuned to the Retail Nomad, as each week we'll be profiling different types of shopping experiences around the world. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Ciao.